Imagine waking up every morning inside a steel tube. No sunlight, no escape. Above you lies hundreds of feet of ocean water, heavy enough to crush buildings like paper. For months, you never see the sky, you never feel rain, you never watch a sunrise. And yet more than 130 men willingly choose this life. Not for days, not for weeks, but for up to 8 months at a time. The question is, how do they survive? How do they breathe? What do they eat? What happens when someone gets sick? And perhaps most terrifying of all, what happens if something goes wrong, deep beneath the ocean? Tonight, we're diving into one of the most secretive and fascinating environments on Earth, the world of nuclear submarines. And by the end of this video, you'll understand how 130 sailors survive months beneath the sea, in what many call the most extreme workplace on the planet. The ocean covers more than 70% of our planet, yet much of it remains unexplored. Beneath these dark waters operates some of the most powerful machines ever built by humanity, nuclear submarines. These underwater giants can remain submerged for months without surfacing. Unlike traditional submarines of the past, modern nuclear submarines don't need oxygen from the surface to power their engines. They carry their own miniature nuclear power plant. This allows them to travel around the globe while remaining almost completely hidden. Some missions are so secret that even the sailors' families don't know where they are. When a submarine leaves port, it can disappear into the vast ocean for months, and for the crew on board, the outside world practically ceases to exist. At first glance, a submarine looks huge, but inside, space is incredibly limited. Imagine fitting 130 people inside a vessel about the length of a football field. Every inch matters. There are no wasted spaces. Every compartment serves a purpose. Beds are stacked 3 high. Hallways are narrow. Equipment fills nearly every available corner. Many sailors describe it as living inside a giant machine rather than a ship. The air constantly hums with the sound of pumps, fans, computers, and machinery. And unlike life on the surface, there is no escaping the noise. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for months. Yet somehow, this floating steel city contains everything needed for survival. Sleeping quarters, bathrooms, a kitchen, medical facilities, exercise equipment, communication systems, and even entertainment areas. The submarine becomes an entire world unto itself. The first question most people ask is simple. How do sailors breathe underwater for 8 months? After all, humans can survive weeks without food, days without water, but only minutes without oxygen. The answer lies in one of the most impressive technologies aboard a submarine. The crew actually manufactures oxygen. Inside specialized systems, electricity is used to split water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. The oxygen is released into the submarine's atmosphere. The hydrogen is safely removed. In other words, the submarine creates breathable air from water, but oxygen is only half the problem. Every time a sailor exhales, they release carbon dioxide. If carbon dioxide levels rise too high, people become dizzy, then unconscious. Eventually, they die. To prevent this, submarines use sophisticated scrubbers that remove carbon dioxide from the air. These systems operate continuously, day and night. Without them, the crew would not survive. The air quality is monitored constantly. In fact, submarine crews often breathe cleaner air than many people living in large cities. But air isn't the only challenge. A submarine mission, lasting 8 months, requires an enormous amount of food. Think about it. One sailor needs roughly 3 meals every day. Now multiply that by 130 crew members. Then multiply again by hundreds of days. The result is tens of thousands of meals. Before deployment, submarines are packed with food in every available space. Boxes fill hallways. Supplies are stored beneath floors. Food is tucked into compartments wherever room exists. For the first few weeks, sailors enjoy fresh fruits, vegetables, milk, and bread. But these supplies don't last long. As months pass, meals increasingly rely on frozen, preserved, and canned foods. Yet despite the limitations, submarine cooks perform what many sailors consider miracles. Former crew members often joke that the food is surprisingly good, and there is a reason. Food is critical for morale. When sailors are isolated beneath the ocean for months, a good meal becomes one of the highlights of the day. Special occasions often feature steaks, desserts, or holiday meals. These moments provide comfort and remind the crew of life back home. But surviving physically is only part of the challenge. The real battle happens inside the mind. Imagine never seeing sunlight, not for a week, not for a month, but for 8 straight months. Human beings evolved under the rhythm of day and night, sunrise, sunset, morning, evening. A submarine removes all of that. The crew has no natural sense of time. Outside, it could be noon or midnight. They would never know. To compensate, submarines operate on strict schedules. Every sailor follows carefully organized shifts. Work, eat, sleep, repeat. The routine becomes essential for maintaining mental stability. Yet isolation remains a serious challenge. Many submariners report that the hardest part isn't the danger. It's missing birthdays, missing holidays, missing family, and knowing that communication with home is often extremely limited. For months, the ocean separates them from everyone they love. Still, crews develop incredibly strong bonds, because deep underwater, every sailor depends on everyone else. Their lives literally depend on teamwork, and history has shown what can happen when that teamwork is tested by disaster. On April 10, 1963, the American submarine USS Thresher was conducting deep diving tests in the Atlantic Ocean. Everything appeared normal. Then suddenly, communication problems began. Moments later, contact was lost. The submarine never returned. All 129 people on board died. Investigators later concluded that mechanical failures led to a catastrophic loss of control. The pressure of the deep ocean crushed the submarine. The tragedy shocked the world, but it also transformed submarine safety forever. The lessons learned from USS Thresher led to stricter engineering standards, improved inspections, and enhanced emergency procedures that continue protecting submarine crews today. And those lessons may have prevented countless future disasters, because when you're hundreds of feet underwater, there is no room for mistakes. If you enjoyed this deep dive into life aboard a submarine, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more incredible true stories from history, science, and the world's most secretive technologies. And here's a question for you. Could you survive 8 months underwater without seeing the sun? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.